Hi everyone, welcome to Ship Talk. My name is Jared, co-founder of Lojistic, where we help companies better monitor, manage, and reduce their shipping costs. Today I'm joined by my colleague Brian to discuss service guarantees.
Yes.
But Brian, I think we're flipping the script today. I think you have some questions for me.
Yeah, I do. I like to get a better understanding of these service guarantees.
Let's do it.
So we've got UPS and FedEx, obviously.
Yep.
So maybe you can help explain what the service guarantees are with UPS and FedEx.
Sure. So within the small parcel world, specific to UPS and FedEx, they have different service levels that you can use, right? You can select air.
Right.
Within air, next day, 2-day, 3-day, and then deferred services like ground, right? And for each of those services, parcel hybrid services excluded, they come with a service guarantee, meaning if I select next day air, and I'm shipping via UPS, they are guaranteeing that they are going to deliver that package by a certain time.
Okay.
And that is their service guarantee, right? And so it's something that they tout when they're selling their services. It's the reason why companies upgrade their services from a slower service like a ground or a 3-day. If I know that there's a service guarantee that comes along with a quicker service, then I'm probably going to be willing to pay more for that particular service.
That makes sense.
So as we just discussed, the carriers guarantee their different services.
Right.
And if they do not meet that guarantee, you are entitled to get the money back for that shipment.
Okay.
For the transportation charge portion of that shipment.
Okay.
So for example, if I ship an overnight package, it's not delivered overnight, it's delivered in 2 days. And because of that guarantee, I am then eligible to file for a refund or a credit for that particular shipment.
Okay. So if I understand this correctly, then air services are guaranteed by either day or time. Ground is only guaranteed by day.
Regardless of the service that you're using or selecting, it comes with a service guarantee. And along with that, unless you've signed a service guarantee waiver,
right,
it comes with your ability to get your money back for that particular shipment.
Okay.
Now the thing is, the carriers have sophisticated tracking capabilities.
Right.
They guarantee their services and they know when they deliver a package late. So you would think that, well, great, they're just going to credit me back for that particular shipment, knowing that they delivered it late, right? But that's not how it works, right? When they deliver a package late, the onus is on you, the shipper, to number one, first identify that that shipment is late.
So we have to track it ourselves.
You have to track it yourself using most oftentimes their system to track it, which proves that they already know that the shipment was delivered late, right? If you're using their system to track the package. You have to track the package, identify that it was delivered late, and then you have to get on the phone with UPS or FedEx
and try to reclaim
the cost of that shipment.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, you only have 15 days to do that.
So what if you have thousands of shipments?
Well,
I'm going to track every single package.
It becomes impossible, right? If you have
Yeah.
thousands of packages, there's no way you can track every single one of those packages yourself.
Right.
Which begs the question, why aren't the carriers automatically giving you your money back when they knowingly did not meet their service guarantee?
So in those scenarios then, why aren't the carriers automatically refunding the money for those packages that are late?
For a shipper to track thousands of packages is very difficult. So they're counting on you, the shipper, not filing for a credit for shipments that are delivered late. And obviously today there are a lot of companies like Lojistic to help them do that, leveraging technology. Yeah, they absolutely could refund you automatically, but that would then cost them a lot more than it is costing them to give the money back for those who are actually filing for late shipments.
That makes sense.
So the carriers are banking on the fact that most shippers
aren't going
to request a refund for late shipments, right? Crediting shippers automatically for these service failures would cost the carriers millions and millions of dollars a year.
Don't they at least credit their customers for the service level that they actually provided then? Like if it went out next day air, but they delivered it in 2 days.
The first question is, why don't they just credit you back automatically, which we just discussed? But then the second question is, well, okay, if they're not going to automatically credit me back, why would they not charge me for the service level that they actually provided? Right? So if I paid for an overnight shipment and either of the carrier delivers that in 2 days, well, you would think that they would then charge me at the service level, the 2-day service level that they actually provided.
Right.
Because 2-day rate is cheaper than a next day air rate.
Right.
Well, no, they don't do that either, which means you end up paying for a service level or service that the carrier didn't actually provide.
So with all that said, what can shippers really do about it?
Yeah, well, there's really 4 options. A lot of companies just end up doing nothing.
Okay, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, the reason for that is a point you made earlier, which is for a lot of companies, there are thousands and thousands of shipments. And so tracking those shipments is just not a priority, and quite frankly, isn't a good use of anyone's time to do that manually, right? So a lot of shippers just end up doing nothing about it, acknowledging that, and being okay with, at the end of the day, their carriers, knowing that their carriers are keeping money that they are entitled to. So the second thing that we often see is companies will actually sign a service guarantee waiver. So what a service guarantee waiver is you as a shipper waiving your right to file for credits or refunds when the carriers don't meet their time and transit commitment.
Why would somebody sign a waiver though? Like, how does that position by the carrier to the customer to say, hey, go ahead and sign away who would do that?
So for those that have decided to do nothing about filing for late shipments, this could be a legitimate option. And although we would never advise somebody to sign a service guarantee waiver, because then what is holding your carrier accountable? And at that point, it's, why are you paying for an upgraded service if there's not a guarantee that comes along with that? But for some customers, they do end up signing service guarantee waivers. Oftentimes the way the carriers position this is, well, we'll give you something in exchange for you signing the service guarantee waiver. But going back to what I just said, how are you going to hold your carrier accountable if there's not a guarantee associated with the services that you're selecting? Does it make sense to upgrade your services anymore if they're not guaranteed? No, probably not.
Nope.
So the third option is to self-audit. Some companies end up doing this not by manually going through thousands and thousands of rows of invoice data, because that's impossible to do. So some companies use Quantum View or Insight, which are UPS and FedEx products that help shippers track packages. And so they will use those technologies as a way to audit themselves, which, as you can imagine, anytime your carrier is providing you with the technology to audit them, there's probably something that's going to be falling through the cracks.
Yeah, absolutely. There's going to be missing pieces.
And then the fourth option would be outsourcing auditing to a company like Lojistic, where we leverage proprietary technology that we've developed that audits every single shipment for on-time performance, while also looking for other mistakes and errors that the carriers commonly make. So by outsourcing, a company can ensure that their bills are accurate, that they're not paying for shipments that were delivered late, that they shouldn't be paying for. And it's just peace of mind knowing that when I'm paying my carrier, I'm not paying them any more than I should be.
So it's like set someone like a Lojistic in motion and get it. So you set it and get it.
All right, Bri. Well, that was fun.
Yeah, good time.
Appreciate the discussion, and thank you everyone for watching. For more information on how you can join the thousands of businesses currently using Lojistic to help monitor, manage, and reduce their shipping costs, please visit our website at www.lojistic.com, where you can create a free account. Till next time, take care.